Welcome to the third section of Hands-on Continuous Integration and Automation with Jenkins. In this section, we're going to look at key DevOps concepts like continuous integration, CI, continuous delivery, CD, and continuous deployment, and explore differences and similarities between them. The practical part of this section is to build a continuous integration workflow using GitHub, Jenkins, and Slack. Let's start by looking at CI and CD. In this video, we will learn what continuous integration, CI, continuous delivery, CD, and continuous deployment are, and we will compare and contrast them in order to better understand these concepts. We'll also look at the main benefits of CI and CD, so that you can convince your manager to give you time and resources to implement these DevOps processes. There is no practical part in this video, but we will soon put into practice what we learn here in the next videos of this section. Let's start with continuous integration. Continuous integration, or CI in short, can be defined as a software development practice whereby members of a team integrate, build, and test their code frequently in a development environment. This diagram, taken from Martin Fowler's website, who contributed to popularize the term continuous integration, illustrates three main principles of a CI workflow. First, developers work on a shared code base under version control and commit frequently, ideally once a day. Second, a commit triggers an automatic build and test process. Third, if something fails or breaks, it is fixed quickly by whoever broke the build or the test suite. This diagram shows a typical CI workflow. The process starts from a commit into the source control system. This change initiates a CI process and triggers a CI server like Jenkins. The CI server starts a build, runs the test suite, and reports back to the development team via a notification, email, chat channel, shared build monitor, etc. Then the process starts again with another commit into the source control system, either to develop a new feature or to fix a broken build or a failing test resulting from the previous process. Here are some benefits of using continuous integration for software development. In terms of code quality, CI allows to spot bugs as soon as they are spotted and hence to fix them more quickly. In terms of integration, CI reduces risks, time and costs generally due to complex integration with other systems. In terms of automation, CI removes manual steps, makes the build process faster and less error-prone, and avoids the classic "but it worked on my machine" issue and other dependency problems that many developers experience when they integrate their code on a shared system. Now, let's move to CD. This acronym is usually assigned to continuous delivery, but can also be used to define continuous deployment, which is, as we will see very soon, an extension of continuous delivery. By continuous delivery, we define a software development practice whereby a team builds a software in such a way that it can be released to production at any time. In other words, the software is automatically built, tested, and integrated in a production-like system. It is always in a shippable state and is only a step away from a real deployment to production. In continuous delivery, the deployment to production is usually done on demand, when business requirements request a new release. As you can see in the diagram, the last step of the process is the only difference between continuous delivery and continuous deployment. In fact, continuous deployment can be considered as continuous delivery on steroids. Every change that creates a fully shippable build gets automatically pushed to production, thus generating every day many deployments to production. The full software lifecycle is completely automated. If you need to convince your manager to move to CD, here are some benefits of CD that are very appealing for both technical and non-technical people. In terms of business, CD allows to release a product or a new feature to market much more quickly than traditional deployment practices. This allows to react faster to changes in the market and to adapt to changing user and business needs. For software engineers, CD provides a faster software lifecycle process, allowing to see a new feature shipped to production in a shorter time frame. CD also produces software which is always ready to be shipped to production. It also avoids the risks associated with big bang releases when lots of big changes are made. As a result, risk, time, and cost of deployment to production are reduced, not to mention the peace of mind of an easy deployment. So, how do CI and CD compare? These concepts are closely related and can be conceptually represented with nested circles. The starting point is continuous integration. This is the base of the other two processes. In other words, a software team cannot do continuous delivery if it doesn't implement continuous integration first. The same stands for continuous deployment. A team first needs to implement continuous delivery and can then move to continuous deployment. As you can see, this is a gradual journey. You can't just start with continuous deployment. This is the end of this video, where we learned key concepts like CI and CD and look at their differences, similarities and benefits.